Welcome to this video lecture where we are going to study Fourier series in minus pi to pi. Fourier series of a function f of x in the interval minus pi to pi is given by f of x equal to a naught by 2 plus summation a n cos n x plus summation b n sin n x, where n takes values from 1 to infinity, where these constants a naught, a n, b n are called Fourier coefficients or Euler constants or Euler. The constants a naught, a n and b n are given by a formula called Euler's formula. And we have three different cases here. Suppose if the function is neither even nor odd function, then the formulae for a naught, a n, b n are given by these. In the next case, when we have an even function, that is f of minus x is equal to f of x, then the constant bn will take the value 0, and in that case we have the Fourier series f of x equal to just a naught by 2 plus sigma a n cos n x, where the formula for a naught is 2 by pi 0 to pi f of x and a n is 2 by pi 0 to pi f of x cos n x. And in the third case, when we have an odd function, that is if f of minus x is minus f of x, then the constants a naught and a n will become 0, and hence you have the Fourier series with just summation bn sin n x, where bn is given by the formula 2 by pi 0 to pi f of x sin n x dx. Now let us see few problems. The first one, we need to evaluate Fourier series for the function x plus x squared in minus pi to pi, and we need to deduce a series. First, the given function is x plus x squared. Since here the interval is minus pi to pi, let us check whether the function may become even or odd. So for that we need to consider f of minus x. Here f of minus x is actually minus x plus x squared. But when we observe, it is not equal to f of x, nor it is equal to minus f of x. So this is a particular function which is not even as well as not odd. So this is neither even nor odd. So we cannot conclude whether bn 0 or a naught, an 0 like that. So we need to find all the three constants. Hence the Fourier series of f of x will be in this form. First let us find a naught. This is a formula for a naught, 1 by pi minus pi to pi f of x dx, and we have just substituted f of x as x plus x squared. Now let us integrate. X, when we integrate we have x squared by 2, x squared when we integrate we get x cubed by 3. Now apply the limit. In the upper limit, in the place of x we have substituted pi, minus the lower limit, in the place of x we have substituted minus pi. And this, when we simplify, we have 1 by pi 2 pi square pi 2 pi cube by 3, which is equal to 2 pi squared by 3. Now next let us find an, and this is the formula for an, 1 by pi minus pi to pi f of x cos n x dx, and let us substitute what is f of x, x plus x squared. And when you observe this integration, it has got two terms, multiplicative terms. So whenever we have two multiplicative terms, we can make use of the Bernoulli's law. So the law says, keeping the first term and integrate the second, that is cos nx, when we integrate we have sin nx by n, minus differentiate the first. So when we differentiate the first we have 1 plus 2x into integrate the second. So the second is sin nx by n, so that when we integrate we get minus cos nx by, again n will come, so n squared. Next, plus differentiate the first. So here the first term is 1 plus 2x. So plus, when we differentiate that we get 2 into integrate the second. So here the second term is minus cos nx by n squared. So minus cos. Cos when we integrate sin. So we have minus sin nx. Again by n will come. So that's why we have n cube. And of course we have to apply the limit from minus pi to pi. Now remember these preliminary values of sin and cos, sin n pi 0, Sin minus n pi will be the same as minus sin n pi, again 0. So cos n pi will be the same as cos of minus n pi, which is minus 1 per n. So remember these values so that we shall substitute. And an is 1 by pi, pi plus pi squared into the first term. Since sin n pi is 0, we have 0 here, minus 1 plus 2 pi. That is the upper limit we are calculating here, substituting the values of x as pi. We have these values. So the first term we have got the upper limit, that is putting x equal to pi. The second term we have the lower limit, putting x equal to minus pi. And just simplify, because after cancelling all these sine and pi terms, we have only cosine terms here. So you will have like this. And now you can take cos n pi by n squared as a common term out. So when you have like that, we have minus 1 minus 2 pi, and the second term taking the minus inside, 1 minus 2 pi. So this is the final simplification we have. And you can substitute now cos n pi as minus 1 per n. So this is the final answer of an, 4 into minus 1 per n by n squared. Similarly, we can find the next constant bn, and this is the formula for bn, 1 by pi minus pi to pi f of x sin nx dx. And when you substitute f of x, x plus x squared into sin nx dx. Similarly, we can integrate and apply the limit. The final answer will be minus 2 into minus 1 per n by n. Since we have worked out how this comes for an, I think like bn you can do as an exercise. So this will be the final answer of bn. And now these are the values. We have a0, an and bn. Let us consolidate and write. And now we are ready to substitute in the Fourier series. So remember, this was your Fourier series. So just in the place of a0, substitute the value of a0, 2 pi squared by 3. So a0 by 2 will be pi squared by 3 plus sigma. In the place of an, substitute 4 into minus 1 per n by n squared. And in the place of bn, substitute 2 into minus 1 per n by n, of course with a negative sign. And this is the required Fourier series. Next we shall proceed for this deduction. Look at this deduction, 1 by 1 square plus 1 by 2 square plus etc. So when we look back to the Fourier series answer, we can get this deduction by substituting x equal to pi. So let us see how to do that. Now in the place of x, just put the value as pi. You have this answer. And let us substitute what is sin n pi and cos n pi. Sin n pi of course 0, cos n pi is minus 1 per n. And next is the value of f of pi. Here actually pi is the right end discontinuous point. So f of pi has a specific formula, that is average of end values. And what are the end points here? The interval is minus pi to pi. So the end values will be f of minus pi and f of pi. You have to take the average of them. So when you take average, f of pi minus pi will be minus pi plus pi squared, and f of pi will be pi plus pi squared. Remember, f of x is x plus x squared. So just you have to substitute in that function. The final answer is pi squared. Now let us substitute the value of f of pi as pi squared, and which is equal to pi squared by 3 in the right side. In the place of cos n pi, substitute minus 1 per n. And the third term sin n pi is 0. So the third summation will be 0. And pi squared minus pi squared by 3, taking the pi squared by 3 to the left side, we have like this. Remember that is minus 1 per n into minus 1 per n is actually minus 1 power 2n, which is going to be just plus 1. So that's why you have in the place of that, you have just plus 1. And 4 has been taken out of the summation. And just simplifying, we have summation 1 by n squared will be, left side actually we had a 2 pi squared by 3. So into 1 by 4. So final answer will be pi squared by 6. And when you expand the summation, this summation only gives you 1 by 1 squared plus 1 by 2 squared plus 1 by 3 squared etc. when you put the values for n as 1, 2, 3, etc. So this is the final answer of the series. Now let us see one more problem here. Finding the Fourier expansion of a function given. Again here the interval is minus pi to pi. So let us examine whether the given function is even and odd. Here the function is given as a split up function here in two different ranges. So let us observe how to find whether the function is even and odd. For that, first you take the upper range minus pi to 0. In that f of x is 1 plus 2x by pi. Now you change x to minus x. So you will get f of minus x as 1 minus 2x by pi, which is the same as f of x of the lower range. So what we observe here, f of minus x is equal to f of x. Hence this function is an even function. And whenever you have even function, this comes under our formula second case. So Bn will be 0. Hence the Fourier series will become f of x, which is equal to a naught by 2 plus sigma an cos nx alone. Since Bn is 0, the third term will not come here. First let us find a naught, which is given by the formula 2 by pi 0 to pi f of x dx, and substitute what is f of x. In 0 to pi, f of x is 1 minus 2x by pi. And now let us integrate. It's a very simple integration. 1 when you integrate x minus 2 by pi, that x when you integrate x squared by 2. And we have to apply the limit from 0 to pi. Now let us apply the limit. In the place of x, substitute pi. So you get this as upper limit minus, of course, the lower limit will be 0. And this when you simplify, you get the answer as actually 0. So a naught value is 0. Next we shall find an. This is a formula for an. 2 by pi 0 to pi f of x cos nx dx. And now again substitute what is f of x. In 0 to pi, f of x is 1 minus 2x by pi into cos nx dx. Again here we have product of two terms. So whenever we have product of two terms, we may use Bernoulli's law. So what is Bernoulli's law? Keeping the first term into integrate the second. So that second is cos nx. Cos when we integrate, sin nx by n minus differentiate the first. So when the first term is differentiated, we get minus 2 by pi into integrate the second. So second we have sin nx by n. So that when we integrate, minus cos nx by n will come again. So already one n is there, so by n squared. And integration is over because the next term, that minus 2 by pi, when you differentiate, since it's a constant, answer will be 0. So after that everything will be 0. So this is the last step. Now we shall just apply the limit. What is the upper limit? In the place of x we have to put pi. So when you put x equal to pi, remember sin n pi will become 0 and cos n pi has a value. So an will become 1 minus, when you put x as pi, the first term is 1 minus 2 into sin n pi, you get that, but that is becoming 0, and minus here minus 2 into minus cos n x you have. So minus into minus will become plus 2 cos n pi divided by pi n squared, because we are putting x equal to pi. This is the upper limit minus what is the lower limit? In the place of x we have to put 0. So when you put 0, sin 0 0 you will get, and cos 0 will be 1. Since cos 0 is 1, you have that last term as 3 negative signs are there. So it will be minus 2 divided by pi n squared. Remember cos 0 is 1. So an will be this, and in the place of cos n pi substitute minus 1 power n. And whenever this 1 and minus 1 power n come together, actually that value will become 0 either for odd integers or for even integers. In this case, when n is even, that minus 1 power n will become plus 1. So there you will have 1 minus 1, 0. So an will become 0 whenever n is even, and when n is odd, that 1 minus 1 power n will become 2. So the final answer of an will be 8 by pi squared n squared. So this is the answer of an. Now let us substitute in the Fourier series. So f of x is sigma. In the place of an, we substitute 8 by pi squared n squared into cos nx, and of course sigma n equal to 1 to infinity. Instead of 1 to infinity, here we are writing 1, 3, 5 etc. because an is having value only for odd terms. And remember a0 we got 0, so that's why the first term is 0 here. And here again we have a deduction. So let us see how to deduce this. The given summation 1 by 2n minus 1 square is actually 1 by 1 square, because when you put n equal to 1 you get 1 by 1 square. Next, when you put n equal to 2 you will get 1 by 3 square plus etc. So let us see how to deduce this particular series. And look at the Fourier series. From the Fourier series we have to get the answer of this series. So what shall we do? We can put x equal to 0. So when you put x equal to 0 in the Fourier series, you have f of 0 equal to sigma 8 by pi squared n squared, because cos 0 will become 1. And look at this. We need the value of f of 0. Since 0 is a continuous function, f of x, we have in the problem we have f of x. So there you go and substitute f of 0 in the upper range as well as in the lower range. Wherever you substitute x as 0, you will get f of 0 as 1. So let us substitute here 1 equal to, now taking 8 by pi squared outside, because it's a constant, the summation is running for n. So any term not having n is a constant. So we can take that out of the summation like this. And hence the summation answer will be, taking that 8 by pi squared to the other side, you will have pi squared by 8. Next, let us see one more problem. Evaluate Fourier series of sine ax in minus pi to pi again, but here a is not an integer. So this is a given function, but you know sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. So f of minus x will be minus f of x. So whenever we have like this, the function will be a odd function. So whenever we have odd function, this comes under case 3 of the formula. So a0 and an will be 0. And whenever a0 and an 0, the Fourier series will have only one term, that is the sigma bn sin n x term. So our problem is becoming very simple here. With just one Fourier constant we need to find, that is bn alone. And this is the formula for bn, 2 by pi 0 to pi f of x sin n x dx. So this is the formula for bn. In the place of f of x, substitute sin ax, and now you have sine into sine. So this here we cannot use Bernoulli, because a polynomial term should come. Then only when you keep on differentiating, the first term will become 0 after some time. But here both are sine functions. So what shall we do here? Yeah, let us use this formula, sin a sin b, which is cos of a minus b minus cos of a plus b divided by 2. So when we make use of this formula, we have cos of a minus n into x minus cos of a plus n into x divided by 2. Now we can we can integrate. So cos, when you integrate, we get sine. So the first function, sine of a minus n into x divided by a minus n minus cos of a plus n. When we integrate, sine of a plus n into x divided by a plus n. Of course, we have to apply the limit 0 to pi. So let us now apply the limit. See, in the place of x, we have substituted pi, that is the upper limit, minus, in the place of x, when we put 0, we will get sine 0, value is 0. Now let us use this formula, that is sine of a plus b, sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. Sine of a minus b is sine a cos b minus cos a sine b. When we make use of this formula, bn will become like this. So just using this formula, you can observe bn value will be this. Now again, you have certain terms here, sin n pi, cos n pi and all, we have values. So let us substitute those values. So sin n pi we can substitute 0, cos n pi we can substitute minus 1 for n. bn will become, and sin a pi into that cos n pi we have put minus 1 power n. Of course sin n pi is becoming 0. Again similarly the second term. Now take this sin a pi minus 1 power n out as a common term. Inside then you have 1 by a minus n minus 1 by a plus n. Now just take LCM. So we are just taking LCM here. When you take LCM, you get the answer of Bn like this, and substituting the value of Bn in the Fourier series, we have the Fourier series of f of x given by this. And of course, sin a pi by pi we can take out of the summation, because as I said earlier, any term not having n is a constant, which we can always write out of the summation. So this is a Fourier series. So using the concepts, whatever you have learned, try these problems. In this lecture, we had learned Fourier series in the interval minus pi to pi. And of course, in the next class, we will see how to find Fourier series in a general interval 0 to 2n. Thank you.